Anya Priemysheva is with us. She's a producer with Soar Media, and she's with us, but she's also in Sochi right now. Of course, we've been talking about a lot of the things going on with the Olympics there. Anya, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Soar Media, but first, let's kind of set the stage here. You flew in from Moscow to Sochi. What kind of a flight was that? Was that high security, or how would you describe it?
I would not describe it high security. I would say it was a very enjoyable experience. It was a normal procedure to enter the flight. For some reason, it wasn't tough at all. Like usually they would tell you that you can't have water on board, but this time we had it, and they were like, "Can you please finish it before you board?" But we didn't, and we still had it on, so it wasn't like killing. It was pretty careful, but it wasn't crazy.
So you wouldn't say there was any higher security to go to Sochi than anywhere else in Russia?
For this particular flight that we took, it was regular. It wasn't anything specific.
Okay. Now, how long have you actually been in Sochi today? You got in today, right?
We got in yesterday early in the morning. It was a night flight that we took. And also, like back to the flight, it was very enjoyable because they gave us little souvenirs. They were really nice to us. The plane was really, really nice and new. And it was we flew Aeroflot, which is like the sponsor for the Olympics. So you could tell that they were trying to make it like very attractive to us. And there was a lot of international, visitors flying with us. So I really was surprised. It worked out. I was surprised.
Okay.
I did not expect friendliness.
And now we've heard that there's roughly about 100,000 police of some sort in Sochi, which sounds like a lot of people. Are you seeing a heavy police presence there?
It's definitely a lot of police, a lot of security, but some of them are uniformed differently. Like people who check you at the checkpoints, they're uniformed in like sports style uniforms, so you don't really feel their security per se. There is regular police in the streets, like at every corner they would look at you, but they're all, it's not like a regular Russian police, so you kind of feel it's the Sochi patrol. It's a different specific games thing. So it's actually I also was seeing it as a concern, but now I believe it's kind of adds to the atmosphere of safety. So I believe it works out. I'm surprised there as well.
Okay.
And I heard it's not 100,000. I heard the official Russian number would be around 40,000, which is still, like a 10% of the city population, which is a lot.
Yeah. I've also heard, Sochi, you wrote about this, it's smoke-free, is that right? Nobody smokes cigarettes or cigars or anything?
I'm very sensitive to smoke, and yesterday we were too tired to pay attention, but today I just realized that I feel very, very, it's just an awesome feeling that nobody smokes around. And then I heard it on the speaker that they say that Sochi is smoke free till the 23rd of February, and I was like, seriously, nobody's smoking. So I have not seen a person smoking. I bet they still do smoke somewhere, but it's not near the stations or near the restaurants or anywhere near the big places where the games are going to be organized or held or anything. So it's really new. I'm surprised as well to how they keep it under control, because usually Russians are heavy smokers, and as you walk in Moscow, for instance, you can't really have the air. It's mostly smoke.
Okay. We've heard that some of the hotels aren't quite finished on time, and it looks great on the outside, but the inside there needs to be more work done. Does it look like they're still doing a lot of work to get the Olympics ready?
There are two parts to it. The Olympics, like the sports venues, are said to be ready. I don't know, but I can't check that. But with the hotels, like we went up today to the Krasnaya Polyana, to Roza Hutor, a place, and it's really interesting because most of the hotels are not ready. They're like, you can see it's just the buildings, and they have the frames for the windows, but they're not finished and they're not inhabited, and they cannot be inhabited in the nearest 2 weeks. So, and it's like, it's huge complexes. It's huge. And we were like, what's going on? How are you gonna use it? And that's, especially up there, it's just so obvious. I'm not sure about the Sochi area because hotels go, mixed up with the regular buildings. So I'm not sure how I just kind of track them. So it could be the same down here as well.
Okay. Let me ask you about why you're there. You're a media producer with SOAR. Tell us what it is that you'll be doing there during the Olympics.
SOAR team is here to provide the so-called fan zones. We're going to hang out with the church people, do some fun stuff like games, and we will have transmission from the Olympics. We will have video games. We'll have talks and coffee and tea for whoever wants to come in and just learn, about the church communities here. So our main goal is to build bridges with the local, between the local church and the local residents. And that's why I'm here, and we're trying to connect, the Olympics to whoever is watching us in the U.S. as well. We're gonna do the news, like do little promotions about what's going on, what we're doing here, and it's gonna be all through the time of the Olympics. Basically.
Okay. Well, maybe we can make a connection with you in the coming days, and also to kind of get an update on where you're at. Let me ask you this finally. You posted on your Facebook that Sochi is the most wonderful Russian city right now. What did you mean by that?
It's really, I used to come to Sochi for like a day or two, and it's really a big difference. First of all, there is no traffic. I am not sure it's reached through like justified means, because most people are not allowed to drive. If you're not local, you cannot drive. If you don't have a license, there must be a special permit to let you drive. That's why the streets are completely clear, and there is like you quickly get from where you are to where you have to go. The trains, the commuter trains between the venues are brand new, and I'm not sure I've seen any trains like that anywhere else. And the police is there. It feels safe. The atmosphere is very festive. Like everybody is excited. It's all new. Even with the unfinished hotels, they look nice. Everything looks nice. There is not a feeling like you're at the construction site, because everything maybe is done inside. But generally, the city is very new, and as everything brand new, it feels very good.
All right.
That's the general impression, and I was very skeptical before I came here, but now whatever the cost, whatever the process, it does feel like a huge celebration of something, and something great.
Oh, that's great. Anya, thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.